Hi, Jasmine. How are you today? I'm good. It's really nice to see you again. I just wanted to check in with you. How are you feeling right now?
Um, I'm feeling pretty good.
Okay,
Yeah, it's
good.
been a pretty good day.
Good. Do you want to talk about last week a little bit? Just catch me up on what happened. I know I gave you a homework assignment. Um, and then maybe we can kind of go through that and you can kind of catch me up with what or how that's been for you.
Okay, yeah. So last week, it's been it's been a pretty good week. Work was pretty good. Made like a little bit extra money with my side job.
Okay.
That felt good. I went to the gym. So I know our last session I said that I got the membership. I actually went this week. I know that that was one of the goals that we had. So
Mm-hmm.
I ended up going last Wednesday and I met with a personal trainer. So because they offer them like for free. So I met
Mm-hmm.
with the personal trainer and we set up a schedule, and so now the plan is to go like at least twice a week. Um, and so my plan is to go on Wednesday and Friday. So tomorrow and Friday, hopefully. I'm not gonna say hopefully. My plan is to go. So I'm gonna go tomorrow and Friday and just hopefully keep it going. But so I was really proud of myself for that because I honestly didn't think that I was gonna go because I'm pretty lazy, but I'm just happy that I was able to go. And my personal trainer, he actually like gave me his number so that he can like text me to remind me to come or like kind of like accountability partner.
Yeah.
So yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. Um, Hopefully that goes well because I don't want to be like annoyed when I don't want to go and he texts me. Um, I'm
It's good
accountable for.
motivation. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I'm hoping for. So that's a plan twice a week. Let's see what else. Um, I checked in with like my parents last week.
Okay.
So it was good like catching up with them and just telling them how everything's going. I told them that I started going to the gym, so they were really happy for me. Um, and I know, yeah, because last week the goal was to go to the gym and also like tracking when I'm feeling sad and stuff like that.
Mhm.
So I want to say I only had like one drink this week. And I wasn't sad though. It was more so like a celebration drink because I did go to the gym, even though like that's kind of counterproductive.
Yeah.
Alcohol
Yeah.
is not that healthy, but just something like celebrate the accomplishment. Um, so I didn't drink because I was sad. I did track like when I was feeling down, and it was mostly like at nighttime.
Okay.
Um, and I think that may be because the day kind of like slows down, so like I don't have as many distractions with like work and my phone and stuff like that. So that is one thing that I did notice.
Mhm.
Um, and I think it's more so just because like I'm at home by myself, so there's like
Yeah.
nothing really to do but think about sad stuff.
Yeah, and so there's a lot that you just told me and I kind of want to go over it to make sure I have everything right. So you said, that you went to the gym, which is awesome, and you have like a structured like schedule and you're going to go Wednesdays and Fridays, and now
Hmm.
you have a trainer
Yep.
who's gonna text you and make you come, even if you don't want to. So that's good. I think you have a lot of positive, aspects in your life right now. You're definitely moving it forward in the right direction. And the fact that you did drink, but it wasn't because you were feeling sad and just celebrating that you went to the gym is fantastic. That is like such a jump from where you were at last week even. And you just
Hmm.
seem so much happier. And it just seems like as time goes on, you're becoming happier and happier, it seems like. So that's awesome. And I think kind of, with the personal trainer kind of pushing you in that way and making it more of like a personal experience, like, and he's really setting you up for success in
Mhm.
that way. And I know you had said that you know, you may be lazy. I kind of want to challenge that a little bit too. It's like I want you to take all these positive things and continue to like manifest in them, like continue to think about those things. We can all be lazy sometimes, but you know, um instead of saying like I am lazy, I want you to kind of think of it as like I can be lazy sometimes.
Mhm.
Like don't use it as like a defined word, that's something that defines you.
Mhm.
Just like how you don't want to say I'm depressed, say I have depression. You know what I mean? There's just like a big difference there. So kind of um like turning those negative thoughts into like more positive thought patterns, because that will essentially make you feel better too. Um but yeah, I mean, like, I'm so proud of you. You have so many positive things going on right now, and you should be really proud of yourself. I'm excited for this journey for you. It sounds like it's going to be an awesome journey. And not only, like, do you have like more structure, but like you have another social interaction.
Mhm.
So, and I want to ask you more about the personal trainer. Have you met this person yet? Or like, do you know who's going to train you yet?
Yeah.
Oh,
So
okay.
when I went last week, and like told them that I wanted to sign up for the personal trainer, they assigned me a person, and he
Okay.
was actually like working um during the time that I was there, so I was able to meet him and like introduce myself, and we kind of talked about like some goals that I have as far as like losing weight, and
Mm-hmm.
he kind of like just kind of asked me like what I would prefer and stuff like that. So yeah, it was good.
Okay, awesome. So not only do you have me to help you kind of get you to, reach your goals, but you have somebody else there too. And it's somebody that
Mhm.
you may have a really, good connection with. And I think I told you about my experience in the past where even that like short-term interaction with somebody at the gym, it can really, boost your happiness. You know what I mean? Because we need that social interaction. Even if it's not a close relationship, it's honestly a start. And it'll get you more
Mhm.
comfortable in interacting with people too.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what other thing? And so I know that you said that you had reconnected with your parents, right?
Mhm.
Okay. Can you elaborate a little bit more on that experience?
It was a good experience. I think like in our first couple sessions, I had like explained that I've really been kind of distant with like my
Hmm.
friends and my family, just because I just haven't really had the motivation to talk to anybody really. And especially since I didn't like really want them to worry about me.
Yeah.
I didn't like express to them that I was feeling sad, or like that I didn't really have the motivation to reach out to anybody. So when I talked to them last week, it was more so just like a check-in. My mom had called me, and she just wanted to catch up and see like how I've been doing. And so I mean, I didn't tell her that I've been going to therapy, but I just kind of told her that everything's been good. Trying to work on myself. So, and I brought up the gym, and so we kind of talked about that. Um, and they just told me that they were doing good. Everybody's fine, healthy, all that stuff. So that was good to hear.
Hmm.
Um, and yeah, they just kind of just to check on me and see how I was doing. So that's pretty much what that was.
Yeah. And so it sounded like it was a good experience for you.
Mhm. Yeah, it was good
Yeah.
just to like hear their voice and know that they're doing well.
Yeah. That's awesome. And I wanted to also talk about the homework that I had given you. Can
Mhm.
you tell me a little bit more about how that went?
So it was good because I mean it went well overall, but I think that it was good because it helped me to like kind of get a better idea of like when I'm feeling sad, because I know um I noticed that I'm more sad at night or
Mhm.
during like the evening hours just because my day kind of slows down.
Mhm.
Um, and that loneliness kind of sets in because I mean, there's nothing else to do. And I don't really have any friends out here. So I did notice that it was more so at night because I wasn't as busy. Um, I didn't really notice myself feeling sad like during the day.
Mhm.
But like I said, I think it was more so because well, I won't say that. I just don't think that I was sad. But I was also super busy. So I won't say that it was because like I was distracted. But I just noticed that I'm a lot busier during the day. Um, and I would say there were like some triggers for like the loneliness um, from like the TV. So like a commercial about like a Valentine's Day sale or like
Mhm.
um, commercials about like friends hanging out and stuff like that. But I did have a really good birthday, so that was good.
Yeah.
Um,
I know that we had talked about that
I
last
know, like,
week. Your
yeah.
birthday.
So I mean,
Okay, so that's something I wanna know about too. I was excited to hear about. I was waiting on that.
it was a good birthday. I did like reach out to my friends to see if they wanted to do the Zoom thing, so that was good.
Good.
I actually didn't drink on the Zoom call, so that was good. But I mean, I did smoke marijuana, um,
Mhm.
but I wasn't sad. It was more so like a celebration thing.
A
Um,
celebration, yeah.
yeah, but yeah, it was good. All my friends, all of them weren't able to make it, but some of them were.
Yeah.
So it was just a good time. I would say that it was a better birthday than I had like in the last like 3 years. Yeah, I've
Mhm.
been I've been in Vegas for about 3 years. So yeah, this was probably like the first birthday where I actually like did something to
Yeah.
celebrate with other people. So
Yeah.
yeah, it was really fun.
That's where I wanna stop you at because I want you to kinda recognize what you did differently. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? I think at first you kind of expected it to be like your last two birthdays, right? Because this is your 3rd year.
Yep.
Um, but when you kind of change those thought patterns and you kind of think in a different way, like, no, this is not going to be like before. I'm going to make it a good day.
Hmm.
Because essentially, like, we can make a great day for ourselves. You know what I mean? Like, it's just how we perceive it. And so I think that was really great for you and you were able to take that and, utilize it. And I think it worked out, in the best way for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm so proud of you. I'm so happy that you had such a great birthday.
Yeah, thank you. I
Yeah,
appreciate
and
it.
that you reached out to your friends because I know it can be difficult. And
Mhm.
I mean, they weren't there in person, but they were there with you. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? Emotionally, they were there.
Yeah, I,
Mhm.
I will say I did feel like super supported
Mhm.
like this week because like when I talked to my parents, like obviously they wished me a happy birthday too. So I just felt really like cared about, if
Yeah.
that makes sense. So yeah, it was
Yeah,
it was
knowing you're not alone. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, great. That's awesome. And I kind of want you to utilize that more in the future. Like when you feel like when you kind of wake up in a mindset that this is just going to be another lonely day, possibly, or this day might be not that great because, there's some, negative aspects where, you don't have like other people like, you don't have other people physically there with you. You can kind of change that around. So, like, you do have, that ability to
Mm,
change, to just, by how you're thinking about it.
yeah.
So that can just be another challenge for you too. And going back again on what you said about how you're feeling like the most sad at night.
Hmm.
Um, I know that before we kind of had discussed you not using social media as much anymore. Um, so I wanted to kind of bring that back in. Is that another so if I don't know if you're still not using it as much before you go to sleep and whatnot. But if you don't have that to like distract you, maybe is that what's making you sad too, you think? I don't
I
know
would
if
say,
you're still doing that or not.
so I know like we one of the goals a couple of weeks ago was to like decrease social media. I
Mhm.
would say that it increased like after that week of like trying to decrease, even though it did help. um I would say that am still on social media a lot, more so out of boredom,
Mhm.
just because there's nothing else to do. But you mentioning that, it does make a lot more sense, that I am sadder like at night because I am just like on social media seeing people do really cool stuff, and like I said, like just watching TV. So maybe like, I don't know, because I just trying like other stuff maybe, or like finding a hobby, because something to just distract me other than TV and social media. Because I mean, it's not completely bad, but it is kind of triggering.
Mhm. Yeah,
So
and
yeah.
maybe more than like distract you, but kind of like realize that this is triggering your sadness,
Mhm.
and what's actually triggering it is I mean, it's seeing people together on social
Mhm.
media and like on TV. So maybe challenging yourself a little bit more on developing like relationships with people, and
Yeah.
trying to maybe take this time to work on that in some way, and in like a healthy way, a safe way. Um because eventually, you would want relationships while you're in Vegas. You
Mhm.
don't want to spend the rest of your time there alone until you're like old in age, because you don't want that. And I think you don't want that because it's a reason for why you're feeling this way.
Yeah.
And so maybe we can work on some ideas to get you out there a little bit more. And especially now, I know because I had read about this. I heard that things were starting to open back up in Vegas, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
Maybe I can, I mean, it's what you're comfortable with, but maybe for your next homework assignment that I would want you to do would be to, you know, kind of like search some social events for people that, I mean, because there's other people there that are in your position, no doubt. And
Mhm.
just kind of putting yourself out there, making yourself become comfortable with being uncomfortable. And just kind of like trial and error at this point too, because I think you're in a good place in a lot of aspects in your life. Like you got the drinking under control. You're not like using marijuana like that like every day or anything like that. And you're not drinking when you're sad, and you have a structured like workout routine. Even, even just asking around of like what's out there, just putting yourself out there a little bit more. I think you really need that balance.
Mhm. Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think I'd be pretty comfortable with that.
Yeah, and it doesn't have to be anything crazy, but just maybe starting off this week and maybe just asking your trainer if he knows of any social events that are out there that you can possibly attend.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I was Yeah, he did mention that, like, I mean, he's like a personal trainer, but he also does like the group exercise classes.
Mhm.
So yeah, that could be a thing. Maybe trying to go to a group class and
Yeah.
see who's
And
there, I guess.
you never know. I mean, think about in the past how you've made your friends, how it might have been like so random. You would have never known that, you would have been friends with this person. Um, it can be like that sometimes. But yeah, just getting yourself out a little bit more, and so just interacting with others. Even if you're not building relationships right now, it's just a step in the right direction to eventually get there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe we'll make that a goal for you this week is signing up for those group classes.
Hmm.
And would you want to attend it this week, or would you want to wait until you're on schedule with your workout routine?
I think, yeah, I can do that this week because I think that would help me because I mean I have to go twice a week, which is like what I set up with the trainer. So
Mhm.
maybe like going to one group class and then like going
Mhm.
with just my personal trainer for the other day. I think that
Yeah.
would help to like switch it up and maybe motivate me more to actually go.
Yeah, I think that's a really good idea, and if you're comfortable with that, I think you should really push yourself to do it, especially now while you have the energy to do it. Because while you're in a really great mindset, I think you should take advantage of it
Yeah.
and see what happens from there because you never know. It's
Hmm.
just it's just like another step in a different direction, I'll say. I don't want to say a right direction, but maybe a better direction in your life.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we
Okay.
can definitely set that up and that can just be your homework for this week.
Hmm.
I think that would be really great. And I think you should continue to kind of figure out and keep track of what's making you sad. And I think w- I think but just to kind of track that still and maybe seeing the progress of that.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I can do
Would you be
that. Just keep,
comfortable with that?
yeah, just
Okay.
keep tracking how often I'm sad. Yeah, I can do that.
Mhm. And then maybe you'll find another trigger for it possibly, and we can talk through that as well and work through that.
Okay, sounds good.
How are you feeling right now?
I feel pretty good. I would say I do feel like a little anxious. Just thinking about like how I'm gonna introduce myself to new people and not be like weird. Um, but otherwise, like I feel pretty positive and like I'm looking forward
Yeah.
to like reaching those goals. But I guess I'm just a little nervous about actually doing it.
Yeah. Maybe look at it this way where and usually in a group class when it comes to workout, like a workout group, people are coming in alone. You know what I mean? So it's not going to be like clicky for lack of better terms. Like it's not going to be like there's a group of people, then here's you, the weird one.
Mhm.
So I try to look at it in a different lens. Like you're all coming to this group and then you never know, some other people are probably nervous about the same thing. This is probably other people's first times doing the group as well.
Mhm.
So just kind of put, just other people are more like you than you realize. You're not always going to be like the weird one.
Yeah.
And then we're all weird in our own ways anyways. um
Thank you. I appreciate that.
no problem. So yeah, do you have any questions or concerns or anything like that that you wanted to discuss before we end today's session?
Um, no, not that I can think of.
Okay. Yeah, well, I'm really proud of you. You're really going forward in the right direction or in the better direction. And I can't wait to hear about what happens this week for next week.
All right, thank you.
All
All
right. No problem. Have a good day, okay?
right, you too.
Thank you.